Hello and welcome everyone, Lana here, and today I've got another battle replay of Napoleon Total War, and it's a clan battle between SUNTZU and Virus. And you saw the players up there. I didn't get actually enough chance to take a look at that, because one thing I have found with Napoleon replays, it doesn't tell you which player is which is quite annoying. But this is essentially a SUNTZU playing as SUNTZU clan playing as France versus the Virus clan playing as Britain. We'll take a look at their stats and see who did best at the end of the battle when we find out who the winners and losers are. We'll go through all the units in a moment as well. And actually something I wanted to ask you guys, because I've been sent in a lot of kind of clan battles, some of the Polish League Championship battles as well from the SUNTZU clan. And I just wanted to gauge your thoughts about seeing those battle replays on the channel. I'm just going to go along the line so it looks nice. But yeah, I wanted to gather your thoughts as to what sort of Napoleon replays you want to see. So you guys have in the past very much enjoyed them. Now obviously a lot of these clan battles and championship battles are all on grassy flatlands, because obviously it's a balanced map for tournament play. But I mean, my opinion of that is that after a while it's going to get a bit dull. It's a shame, because there's some absolutely fantastic plays, but I know a lot of the time you guys are looking for variety in the battle replays. That's what I'm looking for as well. Also, quite a few of the battles replays I was looking through recently, all the players were using exactly the same faction. There was one a really good 2v2, some absolutely fantastic play and use of just tactics and strategies. A really good battle, but unfortunately they were all playing as France. I don't know if again that was for balance and for fairness, so it would purely come down to tactics and skill, which is obviously fair again for clan and tournament stuff. But in terms of being able to easily see what's going on at a glance, obviously you do have the blue above units for one side and red on the other. It does still get a bit confusing in a massive sort of mosh pit sort of scenario that it sometimes can get into. And again, you can't see the names of the players. If I could do that, then that might be a bit easier. If anyone knows if there's a setting or something I've missed to turn that off or on, then do let me know. But yeah, just my initial thoughts looking over those replays. I mean, the skill and level of play is amazing, but it would all be on grassy flatlands, and a lot of the time it would all be with similar factions, not just on the same side. Actually, I went for this one because we had France versus Britain. It's a good solid clash, and for a clan match as well, I thought that was quite apt as well. SUNTZU playing as France and Virus playing as Britain. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Are you happy to see some clan matches and what have you? Do let me know in the description. I'll get back to this probably next Tuesday. So Saturday's replay will either be another Napoleon replay, probably not from SUNTZU. There will be something different, or it will be a Medieval 2 replay, because you guys have been sending in loads of those as well. But we'll get back to potentially some of these SUNTZU matchups and battles and championship games next week. So let me know. Plus, of course, they've sent in some really epic 4v4s. But I don't know, for me, obviously, the skill of play is a massive factor. It's just, after a while, every replay I'm looking at recently, it's just grassy flatlands. It's just a bit boring, to be honest, because I like map variety. Even if it's unbalanced, I like seeing players overcome that. Obviously, again, for clan and tournament stuff, you want to have the, you want to have an even battlefield, so it comes down to players' skill and what have you. But these are some thoughts I was just pondering, and I wanted to share with you guys at the start of this video today, because I've got so many Napoleon replays, and a big thanks to SUNTZU guys for sending this over, because there's been some absolutely cracking matches. But yeah, at the end of the day, what do you guys want to see from Napoleon Total War battle replays? Do you want to see a lot of variety, with maps and factions, or are you happy seeing similar maps, or the same map, probably grassy flatlands, same factions a lot of the time, but really, skillful plays? Do you want an even mix of that? Just let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Anyway, I'll probably put a little annotation up on screen which jumps forward to this point, where we're going to take a look at the actual units on each side. We're leaving it on slow-mo. But let's take a look at France from Sun Tzu. Again, I don't know which player this is on the left. But they have 3 units of Old Guard. Oh no, 2 units of Old Guard and a militia. I thought that would be 3. Okay. 2 units of Old Guard on the left. Unit militia behind them. 3 units of Chasseurs of Cheval. A unit, the 18th Regiment, the Brave. And Swiss Guard. And that's kind of that section. That's looking after their left. In the middle, we've got more Swiss Guard. 2 more units, 3 more units of Swiss Guard. Over on the right, Fusiliers of the line. Behind that, we have 3 more Chasseurs of Chasseurs à Cheval. Speak today. General Staff at the back. And in front of those, 4 units of Voltigeurs facing off there. Just pushing forward. Bit of spacing as well so they can kind of maneuver. Push both ways. And I like the little angle that's going on here. Again, on the mini-map, we can see that. Just a little bit of an approach. Drawing this British player, this virus player, over a little bit. And creating gap in the middle very early on. Take a look at the other Sun Tzu player, and then we'll take a look at the British as well, as the kind of initial skirmishes going on. We're on slow-mo anyway, but we have a solid line of Swiss foot, 4 units on the left. In front of those, 5 units of Voltigeurs, and then on the right, we've gone for we've gone for 3 Old Guard over on the right, and a crap ton of cavalry, and that lots of mobility. Good to see. 3 Chasseurs of Cheval there, and 3 more over here. So 6 Chasseurs of Cheval in total for our Sun Tzu player playing as France over on the right. Then over to Britain and the virus players of this clan match. You have the King's German Legion Lightfoot and Lightfoot at the front there, and they've gone in just regular line, not into light infantry mode, just a single volley, and they're now pulling back, trying to draw them to them. They're drawing them back to a line of 3 units of foot, with foot guards behind, General's Bodyguard on the left. Over on the right, they have King's German Legion Lightfoot and 2 units of Lightfoot either side, with 2 units of foot and a fencible unit in the middle there. 2 Light Dragoons at the back, and over on their right of their formation, 3 more units of foot, with 2 more units of Light Dragoons supporting behind. Over now to second virus player, again as Britain. Lightfoot reigns supreme along the front there. 2 units of King's German Legion Lightfoot and 3 units of regular Lightfoot. Behind them, 4 units of regular foot. And then a bit of a gap, bit of a spacing. Dragoons kind of covering that gap. General's Bodyguard moving further over to the right. Fencibles in the middle, with 1 unit of foot guards and 1 unit of Coldstream guards at the back. Another unit of dragoons on the right, so no light cavalry for this player as such. Gone for the dragoons and no missile cavalry. King's German Legion foot at the start, with 3 units of foot there. Evenly matched, 4 on 4 for the line infantry here, and it's going to be the cavalry that surely kind of make or break this battle. So let's hit play. The Old Guard, 3 units of them, and that is a really solid kind of right flank force. Those 3 units versus 3 units of foot. Sure, they're taking fire as they advance. They're not going to want to take too much of that, but they are backed up by the Chasseurs of Cheval. If that Old Guard can get in there and fire, they will destroy the foot ranks early on. Lightfoot, though, harassing the Old Guard over here, but it looks like we're going to get a charge from the Chasseurs of Cheval already. The Lightfoot exposed. These guys not going into square, not making it. The Light Dragoons of Britain countering over there, just trying to get into formation. Chasseurs of Cheval aren't interested in fire. They're just charging in there. And that's going to be goodbye to the Lightfoot, I think. Over on the little left-hand side here of this right-hand push. British cavalry, though, countering. Inspires being popped. This is giving time for the French Old Guard, their line infantry, to push forward a little bit more, though, and just fire on in. And that Chasseurs of Cheval unit sacrificed now just to pin and hold these units all together, while a couple of rounds of Old Guard just go firing on in. Then they're going to charge in with another one? Nope. They're actually just trying to force the British player, the virus players here, form up squares so they can just hammer on into them with the Old Guard shot. They went in there, they got stopped by the square that was just popped at the perfect time, and now the cavalry sweeping on in here, and the Light Dragoons and the foot are getting destroyed over there. Old Guard going into square. Perfect counter the Light Dragoon charge over here. I'm actually going to pop this into slow-mo because I can already see things are happening over on that right flank as well, and I want to see. But this was a massive just surge forward. I thought the Old Guard were going to be, you know, a little bit more battered. I mean, there's 71. They've gone down a fair bit. But that Chasseurs de Cheval attack and strike there was very solid. Although, was that all the Chasseurs de Cheval that have committed? They had 6 units, unless they've swapped some over there. No, they had 6 units that were all flying over here. Have they all seriously gone? I mean, that unit of Chasseurs de Cheval has survived and is biting into the back of the Light Dragoons here. And that General Staff is dangerously exposed. Wouldn't want to be him right now. The Old Guard just reforming there, focusing on this flank now. Not much going on in the middle, just maybe a slow push forward with the light infantry. But it is going to be a battle for the flanks, and then try to envelop and press on into the center. And Sun Tzu, they're really going for the kind of aggressive attack here. We have Chasseurs de Cheval moving on up here. Again, they've done a similar strategy over here. Broken through the lines and into the Coldstream Guard. Significant damage done already. And the foot infantry there just getting rid. I don't know quite what's happened. The formation, they pulled them around, I assume, to try and shoot into the cavalry fencibles. But these guys now getting massively outflanked and outgunned by the Brave and the Swiss foot. Chasseurs de Cheval as well, able to fire on to their position. But we're seeing a counter charge here. Dragoons into militia. Militia aren't going to stand a chance. It's not exactly a high value target, but the Dragoons will make a hole here. Are they going to carry on through? We shall have to wait and see. Meanwhile, the Swiss foot here getting pummeled by the light foot that are positioned slightly behind the main line on the left. They're reforming and pulling back. Foot are holding. Have the foot guards here, and the Chasseurs de Cheval finally breaking. Coldstream Guards getting their morale in check, in order, and able to push them back. However, more Chasseurs de Cheval smashing on through, breaking another unit of foot. There is a bit of a hole being made, and just the pressure you can see on the right-hand side and on the left over here again. If we just turn on back, Chasseurs de Cheval have come back on in. Looks like they've tried to take a pop at that general, as I thought they might do, considering it was exposed. That Old Guard, though, 3 units, solid strike over on the right flank. And Chasseurs de Cheval, they are just going for it. They're going straight for that, to trying to get that general's bodyguard. Light Dragoons are pulling back. I'd probably just throw the Light Dragoons back to stop these guys, because their morale now very low. But this, all of this as a distraction, and in kind of engaging these forces over here, is just allowing Sun Tzu clan the opportunity to reform with their Old Guard, which is obviously going to be very dangerous for Britain on this flank, because their foot infantry and foot guards are a lot weaker. And you can see, just starting to swing around a nice gentle flank now, as we can see on the mini-map. It's probably a bit more than a gentle one. That's what, like nearly 40 odd degrees or so. Really going for it. Britain on the back foot, and now that's when they can just swing this whole central line of light infantry. They outnumber the light infantry of Britain here, and they can just outrange them to start with, drawing that light infantry in, swinging some more Swiss foot over to the right-hand side, because they are down some line infantry in the centre here. We can see where they place stakes just at the centre, in case cavalry went on through there. Generals being kept way out on the right. Over on the left, though, not much again happening in the middle. It's all about the flanks right now. Another Chasseurs de Cheval, I think that was the unit that broke through into the foot unit there, has gone after the enemy general. I'm going to hit play now, because I've realised I've been playing everything in slow-mo, but it's given me a chance to swing on around. I think if we do the epic 4v4, which is Grassy Flatlands, I believe Sun Championships, I believe it's all France versus, I want to say Prussia, but I'm not sure. It might all be France and France, a massive sort of civil war. But yeah, that gets pretty crazy.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Going after that general. Can they get him? And they do. And we found one of the players, Virus. Counterfact. I think it was Counterfact and Panda Warrior. And, oh god, can't remember the names of Sun Tzu clan. We'll see them at the end properly and see who did what. So we now know that Counterfact was over here. Counterfact. General has gone. Just thrown the rest of the Chasseurs Cheval into King's German Legion Lightfoot. Swinging the Brave, the Old Guard round. And this whole flank now has just buckled, and we can actually see similarly happening on the other side, although Old Guard really knocked down here. That's against Fencibles. I mean, they probably should win. 34 of them, though, they have been chipped down massively. Whittled away, so well played to... This will be Panda Warrior over here, chipping down that Old Guard. However, it has come at the cost of his foot guards and foot, and he's only got one more unit of foot left. I think these guys are just going in for a melee charge now. Cries go up. Oh, and the Old Guard have been broken by Fencibles and covering fire from the Lightfoot here. Can Britain hold? They've just got to push up and take on a lot of light infantry, but if they can, maybe they'll do it. They've still got their foot infantry in the centre, and British foot infantry is always pretty solid. You can see now Counterfact. I don't know if these are some of Panda Warrior's troops. I don't think so. I think it's all Counterfact's troops here. Swinging around over to the right, trying to draw a brand new battle line. He's still got these guys to worry about here. Again, that light infantry screen can just tie up the troops at the force, while he's now seeing SUNTZU swing around his foot infantry to hit hard on that flank. The line infantry focused fire will do a lot of damage because there's just a fair few light troops over here. Foot and more foot. You have the Brave and the Old Guard now being committed by SUNTZU on this left hand side. And they are going to do a lot of damage. However, it looks like the flank attack on Panda Warrior, as Britain, as far as over here, has collapsed a little bit. The Old Guard caught behind Britain's lines. And surely if they just swing these Fencibles round and that foot, these guys are going to go down. Or even just a cavalry charge from the general, perhaps, maybe in the flanks. Lightfoot here, though, firing on into the back of them. They're going to have it. They're going to have it here. So that is the Old Guard dealt with. Probably their biggest threat right now. Although I say that, all of that light infantry pushing up is going to do a fair bit of damage. And also we've got Panda Warrior Virus here pushing on up. Reform their line. They're going to match the Swiss foot moving on up over here. If they can sort out this light infantry, then maybe, just maybe, they can do it. Cavalry has long since disappeared in this battle. But it was pretty much cavalry counter on counter, or cavalry into line infantry on both sides. And that's what saw it off in the end. SUNTZU in France pushing up massively on the left-hand side. And you can see almost going for a little envelopment. Take that there. A little envelopment around them. They're just trying to get around as many flanks as possible. Get all the bonuses. Expose all the options that they can. And if that Old Guard and Brave units continue to push on, they can do a lot of damage. General Staff moving up closer as well. Whisper going through this pocket of trees here. The light infantry line now covering Swissfoot's retreat. Looks like they took quite a battering against the foot there. Oh no, actually no, there's no light infantry. I just thought there was, but it's just the line infantry pulling back. So Britain gets wins the first little round there. Light infantry versus light infantry, and what's left of the foot line infantry, and the General's Staff over here is going to go for a charge against the foot units that have been left out on the right. Swiss foot have charged into the Fencibles over there to finish them off. Are they going to notice over here? Yes, they do. They get into square, and that instantly kicks in the animation, which makes the cavalry rear up. Could be very deadly for this General if he doesn't get out of there quickly. He needs to. British General coming on over here. Is he just going to go just General on General? No, he's going to go charge for another unit of foot over here. He's hoping he can just break the infantry formations apart with his only unit of cavalry remaining, his General Staff. And he throws them on in there. Can he break the morale? Meanwhile, over on this side, actually looking like Britain is having a bit of a resurgence here. Counterfact pushing SUNTZU back here.
Our men are running, sir.
But at the same time, they are managing a pretty good flank now from kind of the right-hand section. It's just constantly swinging around left and right, jumping around all the time. But both players are constantly looking for which flank, you know, they can both expose. They're going to try and pull back, reform, perhaps bring in the other units that have come back now. Over on the right, we have a stalemate between the line infantry. General's bodyguard is still alive, and actually they've done really well. They've broken that line infantry. Unfortunately, the light infantry here, though, exposed. Foot going on in. Has the General's bodyguard gone from Britain? I think it has. Can't see it, but in comes SUNTZU, France General, charging on into the foot now.
Our men are running, sir. Stick it to him.
Stick it to him. And that charge breaks, or sees off the Voltigeurs and the foot. And there's one unit that remains, but they're putting the cavalry back, going to go for another charge. Yes, I do believe the British general's been defeated. He hasn't been killed because we would have seen the message come up. But he's been broken, so that is going to break the morale a little bit, or weaken it at least. And we now have this kind of complete flat line engagement going on, just reforming between SUNTZU and Virus over on this left-hand side. They just swing back round. They're trying to get into a position where they can get some shots off. The light infantry, the Voltigeurs, firing against the light foot, and that is some pretty good damage they're doing in there. Morale is going down. That's not good for them. They still have Swiss foot over here. France's forces are broken over on that side. It is very close right now. However, both SUNTZU players still do have their generals, so they do have the morale advantage, whereas it looks like both of the Virus players, Panda Warrior and Counterfact, have both lost their generals. Well, Counterfact was killed. Panda Warriors, it seems, has fled to fight another day. The Swiss foot here pushing up alongside the Fusiliers of the line. Should have them. They outnumber them. 115 to... Oh, that is a devastating volley. Devastating. They're not coming back from that. And now they've actually managed to sort out this right-hand flank. They've broken the King's German Legion foot. Very careful, calculated charges with the general there, weighing up the risk, but prevailing. And now they've got 3 units of light infantry, Voltigeurs, push on the right, sort of the right-hand side, on the right flank there, and just pushing forward now with the Swiss foot. Looks like they're almost trying to reform. They're actually going to try and fire into the back of the Swiss foot here, but they managed to deal with that unit of foot from Britain, from Counterfact. Panda Warrior trying to shoot into the back of these guys now, trying to take SUNTZU's left-hand players force down. But they're in a rock and a hard place right now. That unit is in proper trouble if it can't get out of there soon. Unit of foot, which way are they facing? They're facing to face these guys as they continue to push on forward. Over here, it's looking pretty even between the various lines, and we have the SUNTZU general. Is he going to go in for a charge against the foot? Try and force them into square so that they can do more damage. I think he's going to go for the charge. He does it. They try and form square. He gets a little bit of a charge in there. That general could be in trouble if he's not pulled out quickly. There he is. He's trying to get out. And he's made it out for now. But, oh, ooh. No, stakes are fine. Good thing that their own stake's all good. But that has just allowed the Swiss foot to punish that foot unit from going into square. These light infantry doing a really good job. We kind of had like a pretty even matchup between lots of light infantry on one side and lots of light infantry on the British side. So both kind of pretty even forces despite the different factions. Pretty good though. See how they all kind of came together there. General staff still alive. However, King's German Legion foot, Lightfoot and foot have returned. Voltigeurs were already stationed to start peppering them as they advance and try and breaking them. Formation now curving round the centre of the battlefield. Units out on the flanks. Nothing major. And again, SUNTZU, both players making really good use of their generals. Charges as their only unit of remaining cavalry. And the cavalry engagement was over very, very quickly because I think apart from the little scrap that happened over... I say little. Apart from the scrap that happened over on this right-hand side where one unit of Chasseurs de Cheval got caught up by, what, 3 or 4 units of British Light Dragoons. There wasn't really cavalry on cavalry. It was cavalry on the light infantry and cavalry on the foot to try and break the formation to give the rest of the line infantry and old guard and elite units time to push forward, creating those gaps. And actually when those 3 units of light infantry from Britain, assuming from Panda Warrior, did clash
running, sir.
with that one unit of Chasseurs of Cheval, it just gave SUNTZU player on the right flank a chance to hammer into all of that cavalry with the old guard. It's a good trade-off, 1 unit of cavalry to take down 3 of theirs, you know, if you end up killing your own unit in that process. However, the lines are being broken, and now the 2 SUNTZU players are kind of linking up with their formation a little bit, supporting that right flank to what's become the center. And the left over here, that's a bit more spaced out now because just units on both sides coming down to the very last. France does outnumber, SUNTZU does outnumber the Virus clan at this point. And they bring them down. The morale is weaker for Britain at this point because of the lack of generals. And both SUNTZU characters have their generals still, and they've managed to find this unit of foot guards that came back right at the rear. General staff charge in, supported by the Voltigeurs, which just pinned that unit in place. And it's goodbye. And more Lightfoot, King's German Legion Lightfoot breaking. Last of the Lightfoot and King's German Legion Lightfoot trying to hold on there. Ooh. But a good trade-off to break their foot with your light infantry. Not bad, especially with more Swiss foot powering on up now. And I think that is going to be GG. Well played to SUNTZU and Virus there. My apologies for not knowing the players' names and their positions there. But well played to both clans. Take a look at the stats in a moment. Not quite over yet, but the morale is not looking good for these guys. And there's a melee charge over on this far right-hand side. Or left, depending on your map orientation. Swiss guard just casually walking through, you know. What up? But that is going to be the break. Oh, they've just, Lightfoot's just come back, but there's no way you can hold. Foot staring down at what, three units of Swiss foot. There's only so many you can take down, Britain. I think your officer should call the retreat. Yeah, there we go. Surely not a good time to wear white pants. White trousers. 1 unit of foot remaining at the back here. And what have we got over this side? Oh, it's just King German Legion Lightfoot. Still holding. Still holding. It's interesting seeing the change in morale. I seem to remember quite liking the role of generals a bit more in Napoleon and Empire. I've seen more in Napoleon. And Empire didn't play too much. Empire multiplayer played a bit more Napoleon, really. But
glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Crucial kind of moments for the generals to be used. Really affect the morale, but they get one final charge, and I think that is... That image there is just the match, really. The general's charge is from SUNTZU. So we had, I'm going to say their names wrong, Belki Raps and Lezekzu. We'll call you Les and Raps. Against Panda Warrior and Counterfact. Well played to SUNTZU. Got victory through some very good use with their generals there. Their line infantry. Really solid play. And Virus played very well too. Very close. Right until probably the latter moments of that battle. Don't quite know what happened to Panda Warrior's general morale shock because I didn't see the message that come up to say that he died, so I assume it was morale shock at some point. And actually, it's interesting to see the numbers involved. Britain did actually outnumber France, SUNTZU quite a bit there. 400 to 200 men. Both cases there. However, they just killed so many more. And I think potentially down to the use of Chasseurs Cheval, Panda Warriors, Cavalry. We can only see 1 players, unfortunately. But if we look here, I'd imagine, yeah, Old Guard getting a lot of kills here. Units of Old Guard, lots of kills there. Chasseurs Cheval, 71. Well, it's not bad for their unit size, to be fair, actually. 63. It was just the fact that they used their cavalry very well, and again, I think that moment where I don't know which one of them was on the left or the right. I'm gonna guess Les was on the right and Raps was on the left, perhaps. But whoever it was up against Panda Warrior's cavalry on that far left flank, or that far right flank rather, and tied up those 3 units of light dragoons with just one of their chasseurs cheval, and then just hammered in there with old guard. And that really sort of certainly dealt with the cavalry aspect of that battle quite well there. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed this battle. Obviously, I'll try and improve kind of my commentary and flying over this. Just these players are doing so much all the time because of just their level of skill and play that, you know, trying to keep up with it. But I hope you kind of enjoyed the mix of slow-mo and regular play there. Let me know your thoughts. As I said, I'm not, like, you know, totally adverse to just constantly doing, like, the clan battles for Napoleon Total War, if that's what you want to see for Napoleon Total War battle replays. But if you do want to see kind of more variety in maps or factions used, then do let me know. I'll certainly obviously reach out to the various clans to see if they do have some kind of, I guess, maybe more casual, more relaxed kind of, not necessarily tournament ones, because they'll probably be using grassy flatlands for that. But, yeah, and let me know if you want to see, you know, battles that are high skill levels, great tactics, but they will probably be on grassy flatlands and with very similar factions most of the time. But I've got some pretty epic 4v4s of that sort of stuff, some 2v2s as well. So let me know down in the comment section. I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Take pride in the Legion. Check out my affiliates and sponsors, XMG, Greenman Gaming, and Overclockers UK. And once again, thanks to SUNTZU for sending in the replays. Until next time, ciao for now.